Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome back to my channel, The Shropshire Angler. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you've all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Just thought I'd pop on and we'll have a look at the rest of the Angling Direct Advent Predator calendar I had, see what the last few days had to hold on that. And also I've got some more Temu fishing bits and pieces that I come on an order the other day, so I thought I'd go through those as well. Some good cheap bits again, they're a fraction of the cost you get them in this country because they come directly from China, from the manufacturer. So I thought I'd go through those as well. Also, going back to the Advent calendar, overall I was quite pleased with the calendar this year. It was better items in the calendar than there was the previous year, which was a cheaper calendar. Probably not to everybody's taste or as good as some of the other brands that are out there for calendars. But obviously they're a lot more expensive. I've seen Predator calendars ranging from £80 to over £100, or some of the branded ones like Western and that sort of thing. But I think for the £30, I think it was well worth it. That was what my wife kept saying to me every day I opened it. Is it worth the money? And overall, I would say, yeah, there was more than £30 worth of gear in there, and it was quite pleasurable each day opening something different, and it's all going to come in handy. So yeah, it was well worth the money. They do also do a course fishing one, which I haven't seen the contents of, but I might dabble that next year. But I have seen the carp fishing calendar they did, which was 25 days, but that was £50. And I've seen some people opening it on TikTok. There was some really good stuff in there, all their own branded stuff, all Angling Direct or it. I can't remember what the branding they use at the moment. But anyway, all their own stuff, but there was a good range of carp equipment in there if that was the sort of thing you're into. But yeah, that looked good. Whether it was worth the 50 quid, I don't know, because I'm out of the game now. I don't really know how much all the bits and pieces were. But what I did like about it on the day 25 was a smaller version, one of those tackle boxes I showed you a few weeks back. One of the AD ones, Advanta, that's the one I was looking at, one of the Advanta tackle boxes to put all the stuff in that came in the calendar. So I thought that was quite a good idea, and I did like that. So yeah, so overall, yeah, was happy with the Advent calendar, and we'll have a look in a bit. Overall, yeah, I was happy with the Advent calendar. So we'll have a look at those next and see what the rest of the calendar held. Okay, so today we got day 17. Feature baits, 2 feature baits, pre-jigged, 10 grams, pre-jigged head and hook. Yeah, I use a lot of feature baits, so that's ideal. Brilliant, so that's day 17. So we haven't got many left, we're doing day 18. Oh goodness for that. The whole thing's falling apart. Okay, this looks like some curly tail jigs, pre-hooked, number 5 jig weights, 5 gram. Yeah, that's good. I use them a lot, so yeah, that's good. Like that. Not more to go now. Let's see what we get tomorrow. So, not many left to go now. Let's have day 19. Get it open. It's a large spoon type spinner, like a rainbow trout or a brown trout pattern on. Yeah, it's good that. Wouldn't mind giving some spinners a try. That'll be a good one. So that's day 19. Today is day 20. Okay. Falling apart. And that looks like the spinner. Day 20, spinner. Right, day 21, we're really getting down to the last few squares now. Still interested to know what's in this big one. But anyway, day 21. Universe collapsing on me now, look. This is, oh, some float stops. Handy for the pike floats. That's day 21. Okay, day 22. Definitely getting near the end now. The whole wind off. Okay, that's a pair of paddle tails. Pre-hooked with 5-gram jig weights. So that's day 22. Only 2 more days left. Okay, day 23, the last of the big windows. Hard-bodied lure, looks like a brown trout with a rubber tail, 2 trebles. So that's day 23, 1 more to go. Okay, last day, number 24. Let's see what we've got. Oh. Got a spool of braid. That's quite good in an advent calendar. Braid's quite expensive. Doesn't say how much is on there, but it seems a fair good amount. So that's that finished. All done for another year. You enjoyed those items from the advent calendar. Obviously, if you're not into predator fishing, it's not going to be your bag really. But I will. I think I will maybe try the course fishing one next year and see what we get in that. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do next year yet, but I would say they'll be doing them again. So we'll go through some bits and pieces I've had from Temu. Again, I think they were quite good buys. Nice and cheap, all useful equipment. So we'll have a little run through and I'll show you those. Okay, so these are from my latest haul from Temu. First thing I'll come to is these little jobbies here. These are bands for keeping your line on your spools. Now they're only like £1 or a couple of pounds, something like that. I mean, my friend who's a bit sceptical about extra bits and pieces that people make to sell to anglers, because as the saying goes, tackle's designed to catch anglers, not fish, is these elastic bands. And he pointed out, well, what's wrong with just a normal rubber elastic band? But you know, I think they're quite a good idea. You know, I haven't seen them before. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know, but I've never seen them before. And as I say, they weren't that very expensive, and they basically just go over the spools like so. Keep the line nice and safe when you're not using the spool. And you can get ones with different coloured labels, so that would help you identify, I suppose, as well, if you've got a lot of reels with different lines on. Yeah, I thought they were a good buy. So that was the first thing we had. I then bought a job lot of shrink tubing, which is very useful for covering the swivels and that when you're ledgering and dead baiting and stuff like that. But these were, again, pennies to buy, compared to you'd probably buy 5 or 6 tubes like that for a couple of quid in this country, but there's only probably 2 or 3 quid's worth there, really cheap. Also got some silicone stops, I think these were camouflage. So there's 120 in there to put between soft rubber beads, put you between your swivel and your lead or your feeder. Again, pennies, really cheap, but a good bit of kit nonetheless. I also got some of the. Now I needed some good running beads for this dead bait fishing I'm doing. So I tried some different ones. These are carp ones, but those are just as good. And again, very cheap, very much the same as what you can buy in this country for 3 times as much. And what you basically got with those is a tail to go over the swivel, a quick release clip, and then your run ring for you to connect your feeder or your lead to whatever, and that buffers down onto that there. Again, I think that was either just over £1 or less than £1 for something that'll be quite, a lot dearer in this country. We also got this style, which is very similar to the Coram ones and some of the other ones I've seen. Again, didn't pay very much for these compared to what you'd pay for a branded one in this country. They've even got the peg system on these ones, I think. Pegs are loose in there. Get the peg out. So you basically pass your swivel or whatever of your lead or your feeder. Sorry, got the wrong bit. Pass the swivel of your lead or your feeder into there, and then pop the clip in to hold it in place. And then that runs on your line down to the buffer, which is made from soft rubber. So that'll be really free running on your line. But yeah, that's very similar to some branded ones you can get in this country for a fraction of the cost. So we've got those, and then some tails, swivel tails. They're always quite handy again. It's 30 there. I think that was like 79, 80p. Mega cheap. And got a different size of the quick link swivels like I had last time, or snap links. Again, there is 100 in there, I think, for probably less than what you'd pay for 10 in this country. So that was another handy kit. I bought some different type of rubber worms because I was really impressed with the last ones I had. These are a lot smaller. Colour's not quite there, but these ones are ribbed and pretty lifelike. That'll be good on the canals for trying to tempt some big perch. And then this is more of a fly fishing bit of kit really, but I thought it'd still come in handy because I use I think it's a Coram one or a Preston one, a little line snip to clip your line. Sometimes these get a bit closer than scissors when you're tying a rig or tying a line. You just want to trim off a tag end. These are ideal. But what I liked about this one is this came with a retractable lanyard type thing for you to put it on. Put that onto there like that, and then you can clip that onto your coat or over your trousers, and then you've got a retractable cord. I thought that was good. I think that was about £3. Quality feels pretty good. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then last thing I bought, these probably won't mean a lot to people unless you're predator angler and you use bait caster reels. And then you'll know if you take a bait caster reel off, or you've got a bait caster reel on attached to a rod but you've got no rig or anything on, and you wind it all in, it's quite a pig to initially thread the line through the little eye on the line guide, and then thread it through another guideline on the reel to then thread it up the rod. So what you can do with these is you pass your line through that little clip there, and it just holds it snug, and then I think you can pop these back on this little rubber buffer, and then so when you wind that will stop at the opening to the reel, and prevent you having to have to rethread it all afterwards. Or you could even, there's a hoop on the other end, if you've got, which I have on some of my predator rods, they've got like a little hook or a little loop for you to attach your hook to keep keep it when you're walking along the bank, so it's not swinging about, or put it in the car. So I think for a couple of pounds, I think these are quite good. I think I had about 10 of them, 8 to 10 of them in a pack. But yeah, nice little good idea, nice and cheap. So that's what I had from Temu this time round. I don't know if I'll be ordering any more for a while, because I've got quite a bit of stuff to keep me going with. But if I get any more bargains or good ideas from Temu in the future, I'll put them on the video so we can have a look at them. But tell me what you think in the comments. But overall, I think although you have to wait a couple of weeks for it, it's been pretty good so far. All the angling bits I've ordered from Temu, but decide for yourself. It's worth having a look though, I think. So okay, so again, a few good little buys there from Temu. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll have a sort through. Christmas gift wise, I was quite lucky this year. I had quite a few good Christmas gifts this year. As I've told you in other videos, I'm going to try my hand at deadbait fishing hopefully this month or next, before the end of the pike season. So I had a new rod for that, which was a carp rod, a Sonic Vader rod that my son bought me, and he had quite a good deal on that, to the point where my friend who I'm going fishing with was extremely gutted, because they're the carp rods he uses for carp fishing, and he paid twice as much as that for the 3 of them a few years ago. So we won't mention that too much, because it's rubbing salt in the old wound. So I had the rod, the 13-foot rod. I also had off my wife a nice reel to go with it, a matching reel, which is unusual for me. I don't always hit the matching reels. This is a Sonic Vader Sonic Vader 6000 RS. Comes with 2 spools. Nice big reel, a lot bigger than I'm used to using. Obviously, I haven't used anything this big since my carp fishing days. So I'm going to fill that up with braid. It does come with a spare spool, which I'll probably fill with some monofilament. So I've got a choice. But yeah, so I've got to fill that up at some point, ready to use. I bought myself a couple of rods, quite cheap as well, from Angling Direct. There's at the moment there's a lot of Shakespeare stuff, which isn't too bad. The new Shakespeare stuff, they must be selling off for some reason, whether it hasn't been as popular. But I've had some real good bargains over the last week or so. I've got some bags and bits and pieces I've had mega cheap that are arriving soon from Angling Direct. I'll show you those on another video when they arrive. But I bought myself because I'm going to do a bit more river fishing this year. I've decided myself, I've already purchased it. I bought a BAA ticket, which good value at £40. And quite a few venues. I used to have that ticket years ago, but it's been a while since I've been in it. I've pretty much given up on the river fishing, because I hadn't had a lot of luck at it. But I'm going to have another bang this year, and see if I can do a bit better. New Year's resolution, if you like. I'm going to try and do a bit more river fishing, see how I get on with that. So unfortunately, over the years, when I've had a sort out because of a lot of tackle I had in the garage, I didn't really have anything that was suitable anymore for river fishing. So I managed to get a couple of cheap rods, because there's no good spending a fortune, because I'm only dabbling a bit there. I got myself a nice two-piece 13-foot float rod that was Shakespeare, this SKP setup it is. I'll probably show you on the next video when I show you the luggage. But yeah, I had a float fishing rod for trotting and whatnot, and then I did buy myself a barbel rod for the feeder fishing, because the feeder rods I've got that I use on the pools and the commercials aren't quite suitable for the river fishing. So of course with those I had to get a couple of reels, and my good lady wife bought me some reels to go with it. And I've had some more of these Sonic reels. So the same brand as the carp gear I've had for the dead baiting. It all seems quite good. These weren't too badly priced, under £40. I've got myself a 3000. I think these were called a commercial, Sonic commercial reel, through Amazon of all places, because they actually turned out to be cheaper than a lot of the other tackle shops, and they were in stock. So I bought myself a 3000 for the float fishing. So we give that a go. That's got to be loaded up with line as well, so we've got lots of reels to load up this month. And then I got myself the same reel, but in a 5000 model, for the feeder fishing. I've kind of nowadays all gone to front drag systems. I find that a lot easier than having the rear drag that I used to have when I was a kid. All my reels used to be rear drag. I tend to be everything I've got now is front drag. I just find that easier to adjust while I'm fishing. So yeah, so I've got those 2 reels as well. Those were new. I had lots of other bits and pieces of tackle, but I'll go through all that in the next video. But yeah, I was quite lucky this Christmas. Let me know in the comments what sort of things you've got for Christmas. I'd be quite interested to see what people have had. But anyway, so as I say, Happy New Year, and I hope everybody has a good year this year fishing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. I'm Andy, the Shropshire Angler.